Hey guys, this is Poet Spice, and I am here to do a little bit of a different video. It's probably like the companion to the previous video. What I want to do is do a video about what supplies I would like to use more of or start using that I have not used very much of in 2025. Just to play around with stuff that I have. Now, as you guys know, if you've been on my channel, alcohol markers are my favorite medium, so I have those out the wazoo. But I've gotten some other things, and I would like to try those out. So I thought I would just go ahead and show you quickly some stuff. And it's like there are multiple things of the same type but different brands. But I thought that might be interesting. So yeah, so leave a comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And then in the comments, tell me what you have that you would like to use. All right, so for coloring, I have a bunch of stuff. I just got this in a swap, and so I have some paint markers that I really haven't used, and so that is on my list. And since I just got these from my swap partner, I can't, the label, I don't know, they put the labels on backwards or something when they did these. And so maybe, let me see if you can see it. Nope, you can't see the inside either. So I don't know where they came from. I don't know what brand they are or anything. You can kind of see a little bit. But the point is, I have them. And they are acrylic paint markers. So let me see. Can I zoom in? Okay, so they are acrylic paint markers, and I thought it would be interesting just to see how to use them, because like I said, I purchased some myself earlier in the year with the intentions of using them, and I did not. You know how we are. Something comes out, we get it, and then we're like, oh yes, and then the next thing comes along. So I would like to use some of my acrylic paint markers, and I did also get some like paint brushes and some nail art stuff, because I can't remember whose video it was, but they were talking and demonstrating how they use their markers and stuff, and how to use the nail art stuff to get into little teeny tiny spaces and everything like that. So I would like to do that, try to use some of these acrylic paint markers and see how they work. Now, I do have a question. So if you do use acrylic paint markers in your books, if you would leave in the comments a couple of the books that you actually like to use them in. So for example, I don't think I would use them in like a Camilla Angelova book because of the paper is like really much thinner. However, I probably would not mind trying them in like a Kirby or a Joanna Basford or what's her name? I'm trying to look at my shelf here. The Luna lady, Marie Trollet, if that's how you say her name, or even Hannah Carlson. They seem like that paper would make more sense. But if you let me know in the comments below what you use yours for. Okay, so that's one thing I would like to use in 2025. Another is I have these watercolor paint sets, and I got this. It's an Artistro, and I got them because somebody recommended them, and they were on sale, and they had like all this stuff. So they had that little card, and I like how rich these colors are. And I'm sitting, right here, sitting right here is my jam right there. Those blues and the purples. And so you've got this, and so I've only used these to pretty much swatch this card. And then so you've got a brush and a pencil and all this kind of stuff. So I would like to actually use this set and see what it's like to use it. So if you have this one, you can let me know how you feel about that as well. I also liked it because look at this tin. It's so pretty. And then you've got this embossed, and it is teal, which is all up in my blue feelings. So I thought this would be interesting, and it was a decent price. It's all compact. So I'd like to use this one. Oh my little children are in here. My cats. I don't have kids. All right. Now, I have these Cray-Pas. This is so funny because I have had these suckers for ages. Before I even started doing like quote unquote adult coloring books. I've had these for ages because I still, you know, like the coloring books that you get from like the Dollar Tree or what, you know, little kids coloring books. I still would use these and play with these in there. And I did use these a little bit. But I would just like to play with them more because I didn't really do a lot with them. And so they've been in my stash. When I say years, I mean like 10 years or so. And so I thought, well, that would be fun to try to use these, play with these, and something like that. I imagine that they would probably work on a coarser paper, maybe like a Kirby Rosanis. And I'd like to see what else they would work on. Okay. Now, in that same vein, because it is the same company, I did go and get, like I said, there are some that I have, then I just, you know, I got bigger sets or it's the same brand and whatever. So this is still Cray-Pas. So you got your junior artist and then you have these. And it is a 50 set. And of course, JoJo, I swatched them. She doesn't swatch. We go back and forth between that all the time. And I was like, I can't believe she doesn't swatch. Quit it. Quit eating stuff you ain't supposed to be eating, beanhead. Over here eating plastic. Dagnab child. Quit it. So I got this set. And supposedly it's a little more upscale. And there's a lot more. There's 50 of them. So, and it was a newer batch too. So I didn't know when I purchased these. I knew I had this set. But I wasn't sure, you know, like it's like I said, it was 10 years. So I didn't know if they would still work or not. But so there we go, we have that one. So just mix those, see what they're like and everything. These kind of go together. So this is some gouache that I had for ages. I mean, I got it from Marshall's for $3.99. And so, but this is, because even the package is coming up. And it still has plastic on it for the bottom part. So this is like liquid gouache though. So I wanted to see, you know, I've got it, so I wanted to see, you know, hey, is it still going to be any good? It feels so, because it still feels spongy. So it's not totally dried out. And I have it, so I didn't have to buy it, because I've had this, once again, when I say years, I mean years. So I thought, well, we could try this and see what it's like. You know, see if that'll work on something. Then, of course, this makes me mad because I get, and it's a thing about me. I'm pretty sure other people have it. I don't necessarily have full set syndrome for everything, but I do have when I'm interested in something and there are multiple things of it. Like this one is a metallic Hemi, right? Hemi gouache. I have the pastel one, and then I also have another one. So I have like 3 or 4 of these, right? And have I used them? No, I have not. And one, I'm mad at myself because I opened it. And so, I mean, you can still activate it, but the point is I opened it. And so, you know, I pulled all these off. Now this one, I did not. So, you know, they're not swatched or anything. It came with some brushes. Look at that little bird. That's so cute. He's in a little vest or a little jacket. So this little thing, and then I guess this is like a little palette and stuff, and then your little thing. So I'm not going to open this, obviously, but it is metallic. So I have the metallic one, and like I said, I got one that's in like a pink thing, and then the original one I bought. So, and I haven't used them at all. So this is another reason why I was like, we do not need to buy color pencils or any other coloring supplies, because I haven't used them all. All right, then I got these. These are Crayolas. And I normally would take them out of the tin, but I really like the tin. I like the color. So these are some Crayolas, and I swatched them, and they are metallic. I'll show y'all. So they've got, they're like, you know, like metallic crayons. And then you can, is this a twisty? As you can see, I did not. Oh no, I think this is the twisty thing. I think I'm messing up my thing. Yeah, it's the twisty thing. Because I have one of these that's like double-ended. So there's your, it's Crayola signatures. And so you can water them, obviously. And somebody had them on their video, and I was like, oh, let's try those. So I like those because they had that metallic going on. And I really like the tint. So I have used those before, and I have used them on a couple things, but not very much. So I thought I would, you know, get those out and whatever. Okay, so then we go to the next thing, and I'm going to do these together because, like I said with the other ones, I did buy some acrylic paint markers. And once again, all the rage, all the hype, and they were, there was a Black Friday, it was an Amazon deal or something, so they had these two together for the price of one. And it wasn't like half off. It was like a little better than half off. So I was like, yes. Since they are way cheaper now than whatever they were going to be for two, I'll go ahead and try them. So I bought them, these acrylic paint markers, and I swatched them on some paper or something. So you've got this one. Maybe these are the ones I was saying had double ends. Yeah, it's these. So they have double ends. And right. So I saw them and I was like, okay, let's get them. Let's try them. Blah, blah, blah. Have I tried them? No. Did I swatch them? No, they do have this card with the swatch, but of course, you know, it's never going to be the same on actual paper, but it is there. So I have these and I would like to try these. So like I said, if you use acrylic paint markers, just let me know in the comments below which books you choose to use them on. I know some people use them to not white out, but like white out or color out the lines. And I don't necessarily have to do that. That doesn't really concern me. I mean, I can, but it's not like my purpose for getting them. All right, and then you have these, which I think were like these newfangled ones that they had. So they're not double tip, they're just the brush tips. All right. And then they have a little sticker that you can put, which is wonderful that you can put the marker on her. Yes. So, paint markers. And I have another set too. But the whole thing is the same thing. It's just to, you know, use them. All right, then I have these. These are the Mozart's, the watercolor paint sets. I did swatch them all. And I think, now I could be wrong, I'm not sure, but I think there was like something about how these and these Aristos were similar. I seem to think that there was a thing about that, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong because it's been so long. But I just thought these were so pretty. Look at these colors. Like, what? Like, how are these not the most gorgeous things ever? Look at that. And then you've got some neons. And to be honest, this is like one of the first paint sets that I've seen where the neons are actually neon and not just like bright. I know that sounds weird, but sometimes you get it and it says it's neon and it's just like really bright. It's not necessarily got that neon sign kind of glow for it. It's just like intensely bright. So I've got these. Now these also, at least the packaging of the little things, these also remind me of the Gamzai Tambi. I think that's how you say it, which I have, and I would like to paint with those as well. Plus they have another set that is like really gorgeous with like a black core to them. And I'm like, I would like to paint with that. So it's just so much stuff. And this is the thing, like if I were to start all over again with this whole journey down the blah, 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 coloring book, whatever, I would definitely not buy some things because it's just like, what are you doing? All right, then we go back to the oil pastels because I had some from Pentel. And I bought these because I wanted to see if there was a difference. And so I did not swatch these. Oh yeah, I did. Of course I did. But I did. I swatched them. So they're there. And, you know, because sometimes they're not all the same. Like it's the same medium, but they're not necessarily the same quality or whatever, which then goes to these. So this is soft pastels, but these are the Mungo, whatever, however you want to say that, oil pastels, the gallery ones. And they, okay, what I did like about these is some of these colors seem to be different than the other ones. So that was lovely. Like I didn't really see too many of these peaches. And then this whole green thing is, I'm vibing with the green they got going on here. So I did buy those. And so this is what I'm saying. I would not necessarily have bought this 50 pack and this, yada, 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 had I been more clear on what I wanted to do, or, but you know, it is what it is. And since I have it and I spent money on it, I would like to, you know, use them. And then it's just like the color pencils. You find that this is too oily, this is too this is too that, and this is just right. And then this is just right on this paper, but not on that paper. So it's good to be able to experiment, but then it's also like, dang, I didn't really need to do that. Now, these are some Neo Color Touche, and these were from my girl JoJo. So I use these every now and then, but part of that was because I forgot that I had them because they were hidden under this other stuff. So I would like to use these Neo 2 Aquaquarelles. I think if you can see, it pretty much is like oil pastels and different watercolor mediums with the gouache, which is acrylic. So yeah, I really like those. These colors, like these are so beautiful. Like this is a lovely yellow. And then earth tones, look at this. This russet, oh, it's beautiful. And then, you know, I'm not a big pink person, but I do like this Carmine Lake. That is so pretty. So yeah, those are the items that are sitting over here in this stack I would like to use. And just, you know, just be more into what I already have and can play with and be like, yes, 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 yes. And then if I don't like something, like say I don't end up liking these pastels or whatever, then, you know, I can take them to work and kids at work can use them, or give them to the art teacher or something. And then that will also help me get rid of crap in my craft room. Because when I say, woo child, woo child, it's better than it was, but still. You guys have no idea. I just can't. I can't even. Okay, I just can't. Here's another thing. You guys in the comments, I don't even know who's going to watch this video, but in the comments, you can also tell me how do you store your art supplies, like these types of art supplies, so that you can actually get to them. That's been a problem for me, is that one reason why I haven't used several of these things is because I really have nowhere to like stash them and then be able to see like, oh, there's this, and this, unless I leave them out, which then creates more of a mess. Okay, so then the last thing I want to try, and this also kind of goes with fountain pens. Like I do not want to go down that whole rabbit hole of like 85,000 fountain pens, but I would like to have one or two and just try those. Now I have an old, what is her name? What is her name? Jane Davenport. I do have like one of her like artsy ones that, you know, was like $7 at Michael's. But I don't have like a fancy one, or even like a more, I don't know. So I was curious to start of trying at least one of those, you know, probably in a medium. I don't even know. But then I also purchased this, which says Sweetheart, and it's X Art, and it is a dip pen, and I have not done anything with this. So it came with this little pen rest, and you have 2 dip pens, and so you have this, come on, You have this one. Let me put that one back on, because me, I'll break it and be like, boo. And then you have this, well, I'll just put it that way. And then you have this fatter one. And of course it's blue and purple. So, you know, I was like, you know, me and my blue and purple. I love my blue and purple. So they have that. Then they have this little cup. And then they have all these inks. And so I have all these little teeny tiny ink cups. And I thought it might be interesting, but I have yet to play with this either. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 different colors. Yeah. So I thought that would be interesting. Yeah. So that concludes what I would like to try as far as supplies go. Now obviously there'll be some more other, you know, some other things that I have or whatever, but these are the ones that are right out here, and I would like to be able to at least try a couple times in 2025, whether it's in my journal or whether it's in coloring books, a combination of both, and just see how things are going. All right, thanks for watching. I shall see you guys later. Have a happy Christmas and New Year, Hanukkah.